Ladies and gentlemen, don't go outside unless you ready for the smoke, because hip-hop civil war is going on. Right now, Drake versus the Rap Avengers. It feels like Endgame, don't it?
We're in the Endgame now.
But one thing that I don't think we've actually stopped and spoke about yet is who is winning? Now, to me, there's a lot that goes into this. How do we break down the rounds? What are the rounds of this battle? Now, as I'm recording this, Kendrick Lamar has not responded to push-ups yet, which is Drake's diss. But how do we decipher the rounds? Is it first-person shooter to like that? Is it or is it like that to push-ups? Or is push-ups its own beginning to the first round? Because when I look back at it, if you ask me, the way that I break it down is I'm just going to count everything as one big hip-hop battle gumbo goulash. Because until Kendrick responds, I don't really know if we can decipher where the official rounds are. Now, some people say it started in first-person shooter, but if you ask me, now I had to do this so we could see the lyrics together. If you look at first-person shooter, really it's J. Cole who is talking the most. Like, Drake doesn't really have shots at Kendrick. It really feels more like J. Cole does, because if you go through his lyrics, the difference just playing stuff we did in the Super Bowl. Niggas usually send them back and they're terrible like a 2-year-old. But I don't think he's not really talking about Kendrick like that. I mean, you could maybe look at the who to go and say it. Who to go?
Go ahead, say it then. Who to go? Who to go? Who to go?
You could maybe look at those parts as Kendrick as shots, or something that Kendrick might take offense to. But really, it's this. When he says, it's really J. Cole, which is ironic because he got out of Dodge. But when he says, love when they argue the hardest MC, he's the one who really said Kendrick's by name first.
Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started a league. But right now I feel like Muhammad Ali.
So really in that line, he's saying that we're the big three, but I'm the greatest of all time, meaning I'm the best right there. Which even makes him saying sorry even more crazy. But he literally says Kendrick's name by name. So that was, to me, where you can't really think of anything else that was being said by Drake that could really be looked at as shots. Let's look through the rest of it. I'm about to start clicking that shit. Or clicking. Yeah, like Pristine, Paul Dean, yeah, pack him into like the Michael Jackson thing. Maybe he's saying he went away from Michael. Maybe Kendrick took offense to that. He definitely took offense to that. But really, the more I look at it, I feel like maybe it was Cole's fault that this started. But anyway, so let's say after that, then we get like that. All right, so then we get to like that. And obviously, this one, now, Future was taking shots too, if people don't know that. He was taking shots. But then obviously Kendrick comes in and just sets it off. Sets the whole thing. So we're comparing the lyrics of I guess, some of First Person Shooter to this.
These niggas talking out of their neck. Don't put no coffin out of your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for a threat. Hey, let's get it, bro.
So he's basically saying, what do y'all mean by some of that stuff you saying? I'm too paranoid for a threat. But then obviously DOT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better. Respect. Say there's a lot of goofies with a check. This is all to Drake. I hope
I hope them sentiments symbolic. My temperament bipolar, I choose violence.
So he's saying, I hope all them things you saying are just symbolic. Because listen, I'm not. Once I hear y'all saying that you the best, it's time for me to leave. That's what I do. So, okay, let's get it, bro. It's time to prove. It's time for him to prove that he's a problem. Niggas clicking up, but K not be legit no 40 water.
It's time for him to prove that he's a problem. Niggas clicking up, but cannot be legit no 40 water. Tell him.
So he's talking about Drake and J. Cole clicking up. He said, yeah, F sneak dissing first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches.
Sneak dissing first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches.
So really, I think he took a couple shots at J. Cole at this too, but he's getting both of them. 2 T's with me, I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos.
Got 2 T's with me, I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos. It's up.
So he's telling Drake he's snatching that OVO chain, burning them tats. He went crazy on this. I'm not gonna lie to you, but your best work is a light pack nigga. Prince outlived Mike Jack.
And your best work is a light pack nigga. Prince outlived Mike Jack nigga. Boom.
If you ask me, this feels more, and that's a K with all the 9s. He gonna see Pet Cemetery for all the dogs, K9. Listen, it felt like Drake got snuck. Like, bang, got punched out of nowhere and didn't know what was going on. But then, so if we're comparing first person shooter to this, then clearly this. But if you ask me, the battle really started with this and then push-ups. The first round, to me, got to be this and push-ups because Drake's was rebuttaling a lot of stuff in this, as you'll see. Hold on. So here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the reason why I say round 1 is this song and Kendrick's verse on Like That, because he's responding to a lot of stuff on Like That. He's responding to a lot of stuff that K-Dot was saying in that song. So I could never be, and here's the thing with Drake too. So, but if you ask me, back to what I was saying, if you just compare the first person shooter to Like That, then Like That got it. For all the people who count that as the first round. I don't. To me, it goes first person, Like That, then this. And the problem is Drake got to battle so many people at one time. So I can never be nobody's number 1 fan. Your first number 1, I had to put it in your hand. And he's talked to a lot of people, but like, let's see here. You pussy can get booked out of America for Nan is crazy. Hold on. You won't take no chains off us. How the F you big step and win a 5 with a 7, man zone.
You won't never take no chain off of us. How the fuck you big stepping with a size 7 man zone?
So he's rebuttaling K-Dot saying that we snatching chains and burning tattoos. Like, you're not snatching no chains. You a little guy, bro. You're not doing that. And then he starts getting real toxic, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I love this diss track. There's people who act like this was light. Them niggas do not be watching battle rap. He said, this the bark with the bite. Nigga, what's up? Could be a rebuttal to the canine shit. Could be I know my picture on your wall when you cook up.
This the part with the bite, nigga, what's up? I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up.
Clearly, because there's a bunch of people going at him right now, I gotta be your inspiration. Extortion, baby, whole career you been shook up because Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups. The people who were saying Drake was just talking about Kendrick's shoe size were lying.
Extortion, baby, whole career you been shook up because Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups. Hood.
It's a narrative they're trying to paint. Because he said Top is extorting him. Oh my goodness, what do you know? Oh my goodness, that's a nasty bar. Your last one, Brick, you really not the ish. They make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit.
Your last one, Brick, you really not on shit. They make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit.
Now, he said his last project, Brick, and I guess if you compare sales-wise to Kendrick's discography, it's on the lower end of his 4 albums, if I'm not correct. But it didn't do well monetarily. compared to Kendrick's, what we see for Kendrick to do. They make excuses for it because they really hate to see me lit. Now, Kendrick's my favorite. I like Kendrick more than Drake, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a stan of anybody. I just love the culture. Niggas be making excuses, bro. And I saw it these last couple days, bro. I saw it. Like, we ain't got to do that, bro. So, pull out your contract because we got to see the splits. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip.
Pull your contract, cause we gotta see the split. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip.
Now, some people say the pants might rip line is juvenile. I like it because it's a play on this, basically saying your contract is garbito. Your splits are garbage. And there's a lot of people saying, well, he could say the same thing to Drake. Well, let's wait and see. Let's see how they flip it. But he's basically saying your splits are awful. But Drake's contract, if you know Drake's contract, the people who are saying the Pusha T line, that's not his contract anymore. That's not his deal anymore. Drake is literally pretty much under just himself. He's not under Young Money or Cash Money anymore. He's literally just him. I think it's OVO Sound and The Major. So that line still, this lands. This applies right here. You better do mother effing show in the Biddy. So he's saying you better do that. I don't know if he's talking about Toronto or LA. Maroon 5 need a verse, you better make it witty. They need a verse for the Swifties.
You better do that motherfucking show inside the Biddy. Maroon 5 need a verse, you better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. Top say drop, you better drop and give them 50.
So basically he's saying you got a verse with Maroon 5, you got a verse with Taylor Swift. Now I will say you got a commercial with Taylor Swift, but I'm gonna see how it's up to Kendrick to flip it. I see a lot of people trying to fight for their favorite rapper. Let's let them fight. You feel me? Trust me, let's let Kendrick flip it, because if I was nigga, I'll flip that on Drake so crazy. If you can't tell, I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. Pip Squeak pipe down. You ain't on no big three. So he's talking about the big three. F the big three. SZA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. Like your label, boy, you in a scope right now.
Like your label, boy, you in a scope right now.
I love the way he said that. But he's basically saying he puts all these people above Kendrick, which is hilarious to say SZA. She's not even a rapper. I guess Travis is a rapper, but is he? But that's hilarious. I wouldn't put any of those people over Kendrick. And then when he went from the inner scope to the aftermath.
Like your label, boy, you in a scope right now. And you gon' feel the aftermath of what I write down.
He said, just to have a talk with your ass, I had to hike down. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now.
I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just to have this talk with your ass, I had to hike down. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now.
And I think that's basically everything he had for Kendrick. Now remember, he had to battle a lot of people. So honestly, if you ask me right now, if it's like that in this song, I got Drake. In the same way that if you started with first person shooter, you get Kendrick, because Kendrick, I feel like he snuck him on like that, because Drake didn't really take shots at him like that, right?
Who you bitches really rooting for, like a kid that ass?
Shut the fuck up, boy. Get from over here. Now what you gonna do?
Ironically. But then I feel like he got to focus a little bit, but it still was Drake has to fight. That's what he said. What the F is a 20v1, which it basically is. Regardless to who you have winning, put in the comment section. Let me know if I'm tripping, or let me know if you agree. Who is winning right now, or where do you say the rounds are? Kendrick, the clock is on you, but I ain't going to rush you because it took Drake a couple weeks to drop. So we ready, K-Dot, and I'll be here covering every piece of it. I think the next video I'm going to do is I'm going to react to J. Cole and Kendrick's Black Friday song, because I don't think I've never reacted to that, and I don't think I've barely even heard that. Have I heard that? We going to check it out. Stay tuned. The battle's here.